know that we have had over 25 new blush releases in the past 6 months, like well over 25. And the biggest video request that I've been getting lately, pretty much every video people are saying to me, oh my gosh, I'm inundated with blushes. Can you do some sort of a blush roundup? So I have. I have gone through the past about 6 months and rounded up every new blush. Now, some I eliminated. I'll tell you why in a moment. Some I eliminated just to try to keep this a little bit more manageable because I'm looking at a table covered in blush. We have liquid blush, we have powder blush, we have cream blush, stick blush, cream to powder blush. We got it in all categories, and I'm going to tell you my favorites in each category as well. Now, I was tempted. You guys know I do this. If you've been with my channel for a while, you know I do this. I was really, really tempted to wait because I got a few things coming. You know, the Bobbi Brown has a new kind of cheek and lip. It's kind of a combo product. And of course, Chanel has this new gorgeous blush that is already starting to pop up and be available. So I was tempted to wait, but I've kind of learned my lesson. If you wait too long, I mean, it's just, there's always another one around the corner. So please know if you're watching this in weeks to come, this was before, especially that newer Chanel. Although we do have some Chanel on here. So let's get started. You're going to do all of this today with me, Rebecca. I am a over 20 year veteran of the fashion and beauty journalism industry, the print journalism. I am an editor, and I have worked with some of the biggest names in the biz, but I have brought not fit for print beauty here so you can have a little live beauty magazine to kind of flip through every day or so here on YouTube. All right, well, let's get started. Let me tell you first what I excluded and why. So the new Bobbi Brown is kind of a combo product. There's a few combo products in here. Combo products are weird because it's like, I mean, you don't really have to tell me that I could use a blush also on my eyelids. So, you know, and sometimes a blush is packaged with a highlighter. It's tricky. So I included some and not others. But what I mostly took out are shade extensions. For instance, Patrick Ta had a bunch of shade extensions, a little bit lighter. You know, he did his cream and powder blushes, and he had some shade extensions. One size had some shade extensions. I left that out. MAC Glow Play reformulated, but we're familiar with MAC Glow Play, so I left that out. Mario, Makeup by Mario, did his, that soft pop blush, that cream blush. He just did some brighter shades, just shade extension. Nothing really changed there. NARS, yeah, they did some blush and bronzer combos, but they were shades we've seen before. And Haus Labs redid their powder blush. We have a brand new Haus Labs blush in here coming up with our cream blushes, but they redid and reformulated their powder blush, and I'm like, okay, well, it's like new packaging, smaller, but it's the same old, you know. So I left those out. Oh, Benefit did. I brought it over here, but we're not doing it. Benefit did a blush bronzer and blush highlighter duo. They're shades that haven't been put in a duo together before, but they're shades that we know. I left that out. I'm really trying to do brand new to the market products. Otherwise, it's too much. I mean, you guys do have things to do, I would assume. Yeah. Okay. I don't. I could just sit here all day and talk about blush, I guess. All right. So let's dive in with brand new products. And I will put all of this down below and up here on the screen in YouTube shopping and down below so you can peruse it and check out all sorts of cool stuff down below. If you want to be a bigger part of this community, we have a Facebook group. We have a membership here on YouTube. You can check all of that out, plus check me out on Instagram and on Threads and, of course, on TikTok. Let's talk about liquid blush first because we've had a lot of those. I just talked about the Yves Saint Laurent or YSL Make Me Blush. This comes in 6 shades and is $39. It also has that really interesting lavender shade that didn't do much to my skin tone, but a lot of you were talking to me about kind of doing it under the eyes or even mixing it with foundation or other blushes. And it doesn't do much for my skin tone, but it didn't make me look as dead as I thought it would. It was really interesting. These are a very pretty blush. They did last the 12 hours that they promised to on me. And I love the fact that they have the ease of a liquid, but the feel of a powder. So after they're on, there's no stickiness, there's no shininess. They're really quite nice, and they're a good one. $39 though. I mean, you've got the YSL price. Another great one, and I will tell you my favorites in each category, is the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. Now remember, I'm not purposely leaving anything out. I really did just go back for 6 months. So some things that you maybe think I forgot might be a little older than 6 months. I tried to stop there. The Armani Luminous Cheek Tint is also $39, and it comes in 6 shades. This is a little bit more luminous than the YSL, but it is a beautiful, beautiful cheek tint, and it applies and gives you such a beautiful flush. And on me, it lasts. The problem with liquid blush, of course, is a lot of you say that your cheeks just kind of eat it up. And if you've got a long day, it's horrible to look in the mirror and go, oh, after a few hours and there's no more blush left. You won't have that problem with the YSL, honestly. I put a little bit of powder over this Armani. I love it, though. It's really going to be one of my favorites. Another good one, I don't know, this might have passed you by, because this was kind of a quiet release, but it's affordable as far as high-end makeup goes. I mean, nothing's affordable, but you know what I mean. And it's really good. Anastasia Beverly Hills released 5 shades of this liquid blush blurring serum, $25. I'm not showing you all the shades I bought because I didn't buy every shade of every blush, but I'm just telling you how many they have. But this is a very, very pretty blush. It has the right amount of luminosity. It applies really beautifully to the cheeks. It doesn't last as long as the YSL or even the Armani, but it's really beautiful. I just love the kind of glow it gives you. It's almost like a little bit of a darker Daniel Sandler watercolor blush, if you've tried that before. And I just think it's a really pretty one. It was a really quiet release from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but it's worth looking at. Here's one I hate, but surprisingly some of you love it. I hate this. This is the Hourglass Liquid Blush. It is 7 shades and $36. I love Hourglass. I have a discount at Hourglass. You can put in Rebecca and always get, even if it's not your first purchase, 10% off. So I love Hourglass. I love representing their products. I love working with them. I don't like this product. I think it's too dark. I think it's too hard to manage. You have to shake it up and hit the bottom of it to get it out. I think it applies too deeply. We all know I'm very heavy-handed, so know where I'm coming from on that. I just don't like it, and I don't recommend it. Some of you love it. I think the YSL is going to be the longest lasting, and my favorite in the bunch is the Armani. I brought over this pink shade, but there's like a really bright red shade in the Armani that I have and I wear all the time, and it is also pretty on the lips. You don't need permission to try these on the lips, but the Armani kind of advertises that you can do it, and I like that monochromatic look. You don't have to put it on your lips. Most of you would only put on your cheeks, but the red I think is really pretty. It's my favorite. The Armani is my favorite. But they're all pretty good. The Hourglass, I just don't personally care for. Let's move over and talk about some powder blushes, shall we? Because we got a lot of that. First, some duos that I did include because they were big, big releases. The first is Dior, and I left it over there, so just hold on. I wanted to wear it. I'm wearing this in the video. Forgot to bring it back over with me. So this is my favorite of Chanel. Both Chanel and Dior released these highlighter blush duos. And we're not really talking about highlighter today, but the blush is so pretty. This is the Dior Rouge Blush Color and Glow. Comes in 6 shades. It's $50. What do you expect? It's Dior. This is my favorite of the two because we're also going to talk, and while we're at it, we might as well, about the Chanel Jardin Imaginaire, the Garden of Imagination, which is also 2 shades. This comes in 2 different shades. You can get 6 different versions here of the Dior, but they're basically both a blush and a highlighter. But the Chanel, bless its little heart, is $75, and the Dior is $50. So the Dior is a bit more affordable, if you could really use the word affordable here, and I actually like it better. You got more shade choices too, and I think it lasts a bit longer. I do like, though we're not doing a highlighter video, I do like in both of these the way the highlighter mixes with the blush. I think it's very pretty, but of the two, I prefer the Dior. Fenty released quite a few blushes, so let's talk about 2 of them. In the last 6 months, their biggest ones have been the Fenty Beauty Hot Cheeks. This is $26. Comes in various shades. It looks like it's not as available as it once was, so this might be a limited release. Like it's not on Sephora anymore here in the US, and I noticed on the Fenty site there was only a few shades left. So get this if you like a really glowy blush, which frankly I do not like. I tend to be I mean, for someone who just said that I use products on the cheeks and lips, I'm arguing against myself. But for the most part, I want to be able to have just a regular, natural or matte blush, and then I want to apply whatever I want on top. I get that this gets the job done in one fell swoop, but I'm not a real big fan of Luminous blush. This is a very pretty one. It did very well for Fenty. It does appear to be disappearing, so you kind of got to get the shades where you can, but it's $26 if you can still find it. Now, but here's what I like more from Fenty, and I just reviewed this one. These are the Fenty Cheeks Suede. This one is $28. I heard this one got a lot of bad reviews. I think it's beautiful. It almost feels like a cream, but it is definitely a powder, and it feels like a suede. Kind of reminds me, I didn't say this in the review, but it reminds me a little bit of the, remember the Too Faced Cloud Blush from a few seasons ago? Kind of reminds me of that. A lot of you asked me if you could kind of press into it, like the MAC Glow Play. No, not that I noticed. A little bit. Oh, maybe a little bit, but not enough. But it reminds me of that. And I heard it's also kind of similar to the New Chanel. The brand New Chanel, not the one I showed you here, that I haven't played with yet because it's not available here in Los Angeles. But this one I like a lot more, but you know, it's not glowy. So there you go. This one is $28. Now this one is still available. This is by Chantecaille. This is the Chantecaille Sunstone blush, $75. Chantecaille prices, 2 different shades. So here's one of them. A very pretty blush, not worth $75. I mean, it's pretty. It's not too glowy. It's not too matte. It's very pretty. I don't think it's worth $75. And I love Chantecaille. I just think you could, I'd rather get the Chanel. It's just me personally. You know, sometimes Chantecaille, I love Chantecaille, but sometimes their products don't impress me. It kind of depends, you know. Speaking of luminous blushes, this one was very popular except for with me. This is the Rare Soft Pinch Luminous Blush. Comes in 6 shades. It's $26. Again, just like the Fenty, we have a luminous blush. So you can go ahead and use this as a blush topper, which is kind of nice. You know, or like a highlighter with a little bit of color to it. Helps that cream blush or liquid blush stay on a little longer. Nothing wrong with that. Of these two, I think I prefer the Fenty, but the Rare Beauty is definitely still available. And it looks like that Fenty Hot Cheeks is slowly creeping away. This is $26. I do like Rare for the fact that they are always affordable. And I do believe in them as a company. I think they're good. They're good people over there, Selena's got going. So I do like that, but I'm just not a real big luminous blush fan. How about Guerlain? You remember this one? I almost thought this was further than 6 months ago. But it wasn't. Guerlain released a Terracotta powder blush for $55 in 6 shades. Got a little bit of scent to it, but Guerlain is a fragrance house, so I get it. They're cute. Got the little hologram on the outside. And they're tiny little things. I got a little hand here. It's a tiny little thing. I know you're thinking for $55, they better be cute. Yeah, I mean, I agree. And they're very pretty, and they're no different than any other blush you own. Seriously. I mean, but they're nice. Dolce&Gabbana does some interesting things. Boy, people hated this one. I actually liked it. This is the Dolce&Gabbana Cheeks and Eyes for $50. Comes in 6 shades, and it promotes itself as a blush that you can also use on the eyes, as if you needed their permission. Now, in the US, the FDA does regulate these shades and sees some shades that can stain or as irritants. So there are oftentimes blushes that they don't recommend that you put on your eyelids. You know, I throw caution to the wind. I don't care. But I don't usually have reactions to stuff like that. I mean, there's eye shades out there that are blue and green, and they say don't use them on the eyes. So it depends how much stock you put into the FDA warning. Depends how many allergies you have. Most people are going to use this as a blush. It is $50, comes in 6 shades. I kind of like it. It's really matte, kind of doesn't go anywhere. You want something that really stays if you've got long work hours. And if you put this over a liquid blush, you'd be all blushed up and ready to go, let me tell you. This one came out and I wasn't thrilled with it. This was in one of my videos and I was kind of like, meh. This is Bare Minerals, who I have mad respect for, but this is their bronzer. $29. They released a bunch of shades. It's a blush and a bronzer. Look, bronzer would go here. I want to put my blush kind of here or here. It's a blush. And for that, it's pretty. But, I mean, I'm not amazed. I don't know. I don't think this was their strongest release. It was $29. But, you know, there's people that are very, very devoted to those type of shades from Bare Minerals. So, you know, knock yourself out. What are my favorite? I actually really love, forgive me, these Dior. The little Dior. I like the way it works with the highlighter. I think it's pretty. Used it on my whole face today. It's on my eyes too, because everything's a face palette to me, but I'm a weirdo that way. And in terms of a little bit more affordable, because I get that that's 50 bucks. Hey, I like, maybe I'm the only one, more for me. I like this Fenty Cheek Suede. 8 shades, you're bound to find something you like. 28 bucks. I mean, for high-end beauty, it's affordable. I'm not saying it's affordable in the real world, but lately I don't know that any of us live in the real world. My goodness. How about some cream cheeks? Got a lot of those released in the last 6 months. Remember, we're not even looking at shades that are just shade extensions. You know, like I said, with Patrick Ta and One Size and NARS and Mario and Haus redid. Yeah, I mean, we're not even looking at those. I'm really just trying the best I can to stick to brand new. So we got quite a few creams to look through. This is cute. The Nudestix Stax all over color blush. They say you can use this anywhere. Eyes, cheeks, lips. Most people will just use it on their cheeks. $24, so affordable, you know, so to speak. 8 colors, and it's got that cute little magnet. This is magnetized, and it magnetizes to the other Nudestix Stax. Nudestix is a rabbit hole I rarely go down, but I kind of said on my video I'd like to go down the rabbit hole a little more. They do cream products really nicely. So, you know, kudos to them. Charlotte Tilbury had this lip and cheek thing out a while ago, and I didn't love it. And then I almost didn't include this because I didn't really want to do shade extensions, but supposedly this is not a shade extension as I'm fighting to get it open. Supposedly this is actually a new product. This is the Lip and Cheek Island Glow that comes in 5 shades for $40. And I don't know if I was just getting a fresh take on it, but I kind of liked it more. She did like a Pillow Talk one, and then she did another one quite some time ago, and I didn't like them. This one I like more. And again, lip and cheek, you know, people are just mainly going to use it on the cheeks. But, you know, it's small. It's got a mirror. It's nice to have in your bag. You could dot some on your lips and you'll feel, I mean, you could do that with any cream blush, really. But they encourage you to do it with this one. It's $40. It's pretty. It's not going to be my favorite. Iconic London had their Blurring Blush Cream to Powder. Came in 3 shades and it's $26. There's not really a scent to this one either. Nice. I love Iconic London. I don't give them enough love, and I don't know why. They're a great little brand. They're always impressive. They're always quietly doing all the hard work, and I like their products a lot. $26, 3 shades, cream to powder. I think when it's cream to powder, it lasts a bit longer. So this is a firm favorite. It's not going to finish in my top, but Iconic London does deserve a little more attention. It Cosmetics impressed me with their Sun Cream Blush, which comes in 5 shades for $34. Also, as I often say of these sort of things, doubles as a bit of either A, a weapon, B, a hockey puck, or 3, pretty much weapon or hockey puck. It would roll really nicely on the ice if you live in an ice hockey area, but it could probably go for field hockey as well. At any rate, that is, it's got some heft to it. And if somebody, you know, okay. Again, do not take self-defense advice from a beauty content creator. But if you're going to, this one would be a great weapon. Or Hockey Puck is $34, 5 shades. A very standard but pretty cream blush. I'm not blown away, but if you stranded me on a desert island, it's all I had to use, I'd be quite happy with it. And I'd have a weapon. Something to crack open coconuts with. Okay, let's talk about Haus Labs, because I do like this one. This was, Haus Labs reformulated their powder blush. Don't forget about that. I didn't see any difference except that the packaging was a bit smaller. And that's kind of nice, because it's nice to try to hit pan, as if I'll ever hit pan. Okay, they did also do something brand new, and this is the Color Fuse Glossy Lip and Cheek Blush Balm Stick. $34, 8 shades. I liked this one. It's not that glossy or glassy on me, to be honest with you, but I did like it. I liked the fact that I could put it on my face and do that, and then spread it with a brush, and it didn't leave a mark, you know, where you first set it down. I thought that was kind of nice. I thought the colors were very pretty. I like it better than their powder blushes. You can use it on the lips. No kidding, really? I mean, you know. I like it, but you know, they say you can use it on the lips. They give you permission. You don't need their permission. But it's very pretty, $34, 8 shades. I like it a lot. Here's one from LYS. I hear LYS is releasing something new coming up this month, right? So I have them on my little calendar. But here is the Liss Higher Standard Cream Blush. It is $20. Nothing wrong with LYS. They make delightful little products at delightful little prices. They never wow me entirely. Hey, I'm sure I don't wow them entirely either. I'm sure it's mutual. But I do like their products and I like the price. You know, they're cute. They're cute. So if you're looking for an affordable cream blush, this one didn't last super long on me. But it's like, we all have different cheeks. I don't know if it's like how porous our skin is, but some people these last and last and others, they just don't. This one didn't last on me, but for 20 bucks, I'll reapply it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm so in love with this one. I'm so hit and miss with Tom Ford. But he released this one shade of this Cafe Rose Cream Blush. And it better be good because it was $95. Yeah, I said $95. Yes, you heard me. I said $95 for a blush. I know, seriously. Okay, so, but it's gorgeous. And it just applies. It's so pretty. Does it last long? I mean, yeah, not really. Does it cost a lot? Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, that wasn't the question I should have been answering. But it's so pretty. The shade is so flattering on so many skin tones. And this is my favorite. But I can't put this as my favorite because it's $95. Like, read the room, Rebecca. Nobody can afford that for a darn blush. So I was magnanimous. I picked another one as well. I also picked the Haus Labs, which is still expensive at $34, frankly, but at least it's not $95. I mean, come on. You can't make your favorite something that's $95, Rebecca. That's ludicrous. So I do like this one. So my favorites across the board for a cream is the Haus Color Fuse. Not everybody liked this, but I did. The Fenty Cheeks, I really liked that. My favorite for the combo was the Dior. If you could include Benefit in there too, I still like Dior better. This Benefit did a little combo. And the Armani. And I like that the Armani, I mean, these are all about in their 30s, you know, but the Armani. In terms of the Cheapies Club, you'd do great with the LYS. You'd do great with the ABH. There's really not a bad product up here. I think that the Bare Minerals bronzer is kind of just dumb. And the Chantecaille, you don't need to pay $75 for a pretty average blush. So I'm looking for some bad ones. The Guerlain is really pretty, but nobody needs that. The Dolce&Gabbana I liked, but a lot of people did not. The Charlotte doesn't wow me. And the It Cosmetics is handier as a weapon or hockey puck. Other than that, the Hourglass, really in terms of actual usage, the Hourglass is the only one up here that I really just do not want to use. Like, you know, I told you if I were stranded on the desert island with most of these, I'd be quite happy. With the Hourglass, I'd be like, really? You stranded me? And this is what you gave me? Really? I'd just be using it to spell out help on the beach. Trust me, it would make it dark enough. You know, just say. What's your favorite blush? Like I told you, a ton of others were released, but they were pretty much just shade extensions or different pairings of shades we have already seen. You know, I figured you had other things to do. But I'm really looking forward to trying this new Chanel blush. It's supposed to be just fantastic, like a European formula. And I got that new Bobbi Brown coming. That's a cheek and lip. Again, with these like oils that are like lip oils that go on the cheeks. As most of these are more blush than lip, I kind of see the Bobbi Brown as more lip than blush. But I mean, you know, it's not here yet, so we'll take a look at it together. But I just kind of wanted to round up what I have so far. What did I miss? I bet you most of the things you think I missed are longer than 6 months. But, you know, there might be others I missed. There was another like YSL in there. And there was another Chanel. There's another Chanel powder that I didn't cover because I kind of went towards this Chanel. So you'd be right if you say I missed that. But what else? What do you like and what do you hate that's up here? Does anyone else hate the Hourglass? Is it just me? Anyone else think the Chantecaille was silly? And you know I love Chantecaille, so I say it with great love. But I would love to hear, let's have a blush debate. I mean, we might as well, because blush is the hottest thing selling right now, honestly. Everybody's just loving blush. So, you know, tell me what you think. This is what makes us a community. I would love to know. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, it is the kindest compliment that you can pay me, and I would love to have you join in our adventure here. Check below for all other sorts of opportunities to join us. Make sure you like, share, and of course subscribe. And hope I made you blush here. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.